And we're back with another episode of T for Two, woo! Where everybody sits on the floor on these cushions with a small table and looks uncomfortable. Yes, yes, we got to make sure everyone is equally uncomfortable in this setting. All right, let's get into it.
A viral New York Times article featured 36 questions that could supposedly make any two people fall in love. We wanted to see what would happen if we asked these questions to two complete strangers on a blind date.
My name is Sonia. I'm from a city called Sarnia.
No. Your name is Sanja. Son is Sunja. Sunja. Come on, let's not make up names here. I know better how to say it than you do, even though you were born with it. That's fine.
Outside of Toronto in Canada, and I'm single.
She's Canadian. Oh, shit. And I made fun of her. Okay, I take everything back. You're amazing. As a fellow Canadian, you are now amazing, and I'm rooting for you.
I feel like my whole job is being in front of cameras, and I'm never nervous. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little clammy. I've never been on a blind date, so this is out of my element.
My name is James. I am from Thailand, and I'm single.
Awesome. Have you ever been on a blind date?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, but what's your Asian name? What's your Asian name, man? Come on. We know, like, James is your English name because people can't say your Asian name, but what is your Asian Thai name? That's what we need to know.
Oh. Yeah, no. I get that. Yeah. It's like warm, but it's not. But it's warm, but it's not. I don't know.
That's all your hormones, man. It's reacting because you're in like this situation where you're like stressing out. You're like, is she gonna come out? Is she gonna like me? Is she not gonna like me? Am I not gonna like her? Or I'm gonna like her? I'm sitting in this uncomfortable position. I'm telling you.
Hi.
Hi.
He actually did not seem nervous before the person came out, unlike the other ones. He seemed not nervous. He just seemed very casual. I'm proud of you, my friend, James, which I know isn't your real name, but I'm using it because I don't know what the other one is.
Hi, Sonia.
James.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
All right, so we're gonna have some tea.
I guess so.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, it's kind of hard to want to spill myself.
It's really hot too. We don't have napkins. We have questions, so.
Probably start so that this is
Yeah.
good.
Do you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
Complete this sentence. I wish I had someone with whom I could share.
Someone with who I could share. I feel like the basic answer is just like share your life, right? Because that would like encompass everything, experientially wise, and kids and all sorts of stuff. I don't know. It's just okay. It's supposed to be like one specific thing, right? You're probably supposed to say like one specific thing. That I could share my love of board games. I don't know.
Adventures. I think. It was the first thing that...
That's a generic answer. Yeah, because it's the first thing that came to your mind. Because everyone says that, adventures. Come on, girl. You're Canadian. Think outside the box.
came to my mind. I think work is extremely important, but I feel very spontaneous, where I'm like, you know what? Today, I'm going here. And just like go to San Diego for the day.
Well, damn, I got to copy you. Yeah, being able to share adventures would be required of someone.
Yeah.
Instead of having to be like, no, we need to plan and do all that, which I generally am and can be.
It's good to have both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like this question because it was just like a cop-out question that like they answered and it's just like, like no one really had a good answer for. No, not a fan.
If you're going like somewhere international, it's like, okay, let's like look at some places. I think I'm also like very blessed to have a schedule that allows that because I feel like a lot of people don't.
I'm getting it soon.
There you go.
I'm leaving a more regular job to become more flexible. So
that's nice.
That'll be good, yeah.
I'm leaving a more regular job to become more flexible. So I have it's like it says to me, I have a 9-to-5 job. I'm getting laid off or fired, and now I'm just going to be at home flipping. trying to like find a part-time job flipping burgers at McDonald's. I don't know. What does that even mean? Or he's tried to become like start a business, which I don't know if it's that much more flexible, at least not in the beginning.
When did you last sing to yourself or to someone else?
I always sing to warm up my voice if I have an audition or something.
Do you have a good singing voice, or?
Are they all actors? I feel like the other ones too, they talked about like auditioning and like stuff to do with like sets. So are they all actors? I guess this is probably shot in LA, so it probably is all actors, people who want to be actors who are there and like can't get the job or whatever.
I sang choir in high school, so
would you sing that? No pressure. There's no cameras. Pressure. There's nobody.
Yeah, there's no cameras.
No,
here. No, of course not.
For example, a good song. Do you know Seal? Kiss from a Rose.
It's a little high for me. I think it's just from high. There used to be a grand tower, alone on the sea. You remain a light on the dark side of me. Love remains a drug that's too high for something.
Okay. That was cringe for me to watch. I just feel embarrassed. But I mean, if I remove this all, I've totally done this with my girls, my girlfriends or whatever. So, but we were alone, and it wasn't me watching it happen. Oh my God. Okay, he wasn't that bad. He was singing out of his octave range or whatever, but still, it wasn't that. It was actually, he has a decent voice.
It was beautiful.
Thank you.
So I had kind of a throwback day the other day. I was like, I need something to go on when I'm cleaning. And then I got caught on Incubus.
Okay.
I got stuck on like the Morning View album. So I was like blaring some Incubus, cleaning my room like a couple days ago. Nice. So that was probably the last time I sang. Aw, what is your most treasured memory?
I have too many, man.
Aw.
So many, yeah.
That's a good feeling though.
Yeah. Because of how unique my school was and the people I was with, you know, international school, everyone's from everywhere. There was some weird thing too about my grade where we kind of just overstepped any of these, like, I guess, social boundaries, and like everyone just got super close.
He has an extremely expressive face. Like looking at his face, it is so expressive. It's just like when he's smiling or when he's like just different emotions on his face. Very, very expressive.
Still friends with a lot of them?
Yeah, actually, the reason I play PUBG so much is because most of my friends are my old school.
The reason I play PUBG so much. Oh my God. She's like, oh, he's a gamer. Plays all the time. Downvote. I feel like generally if you tell a woman that you play video games, they're not excited about that at all. They're kind of like, either they're like, oh, that's not good, or they're just sort of indifferent. Unless it's a gamer girl, which is rare, or fairly rare. At least, I don't know. It seems like it's rare.
Friends, and
they all play.
They're in Thailand, yeah. So you know, there's latency, which sucks. But like, they're the ones that got me on it, and I was like, I don't want to do this. And it's something we've been playing for like 4 months straight. It's been amazing.
Isn't it crazy?
See, now he's throwing his friends under the bus. I didn't want to do it. They made me do it so I could hang out with them. Otherwise, we weren't going to like hang out. Okay, I see your excuses. Fair enough, though. I mean, they do live in Thailand, so maybe, or live all over the world, wherever they live. So I can kind of see that, like, you're not just going to be like on the phone, be like, hey man, what's up? Oh, well, how you doing? Yeah, I'm doing good. What'd you do this week? I did this week. You're guys. You're going to like want to do something. So
crazy how gaming can be such a bridge.
Yeah.
And just like keep you connected.
Yeah. There's people I haven't talked to in years that like just hopped on this train and suddenly we're like gaming on the weekends together.
There was somebody that
Okay, so she might be a gamer.
I played League of Legends with.
She said League of Legends. Sorry, I had to stop it.
For like 4 years.
Oh, wow.
And I never met them.
Oh, wow.
And then randomly at an event in LA, this person comes up to me and he's like, Sonia? because we knew what each other looked like from social media.
Oh, okay.
And we just so happened to run into each other after 5 years of playing League of Legends together, just randomly on the street.
Cool.
It's crazy how it just like connects people like that. I feel like, I kind of feel the same, where I feel like I have a lot. One where I feel like I was like particularly proud of myself was last summer. I was hosting like a conference for E3. There was a whole bunch of things kind of leading up to it where I was told I was going to have a prompter and I didn't. So I had nothing prepared, didn't have a teleprompter, and it was like a minute before we were live. And it was like tens of millions of people. Like they're like, all right, 30 seconds, and I blanked.
Oh.
And I had no idea. I didn't even know what event I was at anymore. I'm like, I gotta just say words. And they're like, all right, 10 seconds. I'm like, I don't even know my name. And I
thought this was supposed to be a treasured memory.
I just spewed stuff out, and for the rest of the 2-hour show, I just like nailed it. I nailed it. I was so proud of myself because I'm like, I had nothing. I had nothing prepared, and I didn't know how to do anything. And after I did that, I was like, I feel like I can do anything now.
It's like the years of practice like led up to that.
In the worst circumstances.
Right.
And then it's like, all right, and then it just worked out. So.
Dang. That's awesome.
It was rough.
What's your most terrible memory?
Oh man. On the flip coin of what I just said, I think I also have a lot of terrible memories. At one point I was living back with my mom.
The memory you gave was terrible, actually, and then you gave like a nice ending where you're like, but I nailed it at the end of the 2 hours. And it was kind of like, okay. I don't know, it sounded so bad before that.
Mom, and things weren't really working out, but she wasn't very communicative of like why it wasn't working out and why she was frustrated and why things were bad. And she told the Children's Aid Society that she didn't want me anymore, and instead.
Oh, that's dirty. What kind of mother would do that? Is she joking? I feel like this is a thing that happens in Canada because I did this to my parents too. This was a whole thing that I don't know where I got it from. But when I was a kid, I like wanted to go out. My parents were very strict, so I like wanted to go visit my friends. And I was like anywhere, I don't know, like 8 to 12 in that range, living in Toronto. And I remember like I would like leave against the like, so I wasn't allowed to leave, but I would just leave anyways. And my mom, I guess, found out where I was and like came over and like to this friend's house that I was at that I usually don't go to, so I don't know how the hell she found me there, and pulled me out of there, and like she was obviously really pissed off. But I remember my friend, what was his name, John or something, was saying like, just tell them you're gonna call Children's Aid. And I know this is like a Russell Peters joke, but this is before Russell Peters even said it. Like it was like in the early 90s, and he wasn't even doing this back then, but this is what we did, so he's accurate. But so she took me out of there, and she started like beating me on the way home. Like we were walking across some train tracks, and I don't know, I guess like I was mouthing off, and I was like, I'm gonna call Children's Aid, or you know, they're gonna label you as bad parents and take me away. And then she just like pulled down my pants and started whooping my ass on the train tracks. It was so stupid. So stupid. I think I threatened the Children's Aid thing like twice, and then I realized it wasn't going to work. So.
Instead of like surrendering me, she left the house. She didn't tell me where she was going. And then she had the Children's Aid Society and the police just show up.
Oh my goodness.
And just randomly take me back into foster care.
Wow.
After, you know, I had been there for a couple of years, and then I finally was free, and I was with my mom. It was just randomly. It was just any other day. It was like a Saturday. I was just at home. I was like on MSN or.
Oh, this makes more sense now. So she was already, her mom had already given her up for into foster care, and then her mom took her back, and then, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if her mom was just like, I can't handle it, because it's probably the reason why she gave her up in the beginning, or why she was gone in the beginning, because she probably had some sort of, you know, issues, whether it's substance abuse or something, and like, that's not surprising. Yeah. Yeah. I feel bad for her.
Or like something, and I just heard a knock at the door, and then my whole life was just like flipped upside down, like in a blink of an eye.
Right.
And I was just back in foster care again, and it just like dug up all of those like shitty emotions and everything that I sort of pushed aside because I'm like, oh, I'm free now. But then it's like, no, I'm not.
That's not.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's really shitty for her. I hope she's gotten over that. But like, as someone who's like then dating, it's like, oh my God, now you're just thinking, well, this person went through all that and I feel bad for them. But it's like, how much trauma are they going to have? Now I'm going to go into a relationship with them. Uh, it's just, oh my God. It's not her fault. Like she had nothing to do with it. She was just born, right? She's just a kid.
Yeah, it's not fun. What about you?
It was a drunken Halloween night, and someone I had been kind of involved with, she had gotten punched by a bouncer.
Oh.
Yeah. She got really angry too because she knew the owner, and she was like, no, I want to go back in and talk to him, ask him why this happened. Long story short, we ended up going back in, and I was trying to stop her without like physically stopping her, and she wasn't having any of that. And it basically ended up like us getting jumped by like, I don't know what the total number of bouncers was, but it was definitely like 5 to 7-ish. In that moment, I was just like, oh my God, am I gonna die? Is she gonna die? Or what is gonna happen? I don't know. So it was just a really, really bad situation.
Yeah. That's just like somebody who's oblivious to like how things work and like rules don't apply to them kind of thing. It's like you got kicked out of the bar. They punched you in the face. They don't want to talk to you. Nobody wants to talk to you. Just leave. I'm gonna go in and set the record straight. Oh my God. I did that once actually. I got pulled over by a police officer. Um, and I knew I had done nothing wrong. So like he's pulled up behind me and he's just like taking forever to like come over. Like it was I don't know how long I was sitting in the car, but it felt like a long time. I'm like, are you gonna come over and like tell me why you pulled me over? Like what's going on? And I had just moved from one province to another province in Canada. It's like states, right? In Canada we have provinces. And my license plate was from the previous province, and I hadn't moved over to the new province. So he ends up coming over and telling me that I had window tinting on my windows, and that's why he pulled me over, because you're not allowed to have window tinting on your front, like the front seat windows in this province. And I was like, okay, I've been here 3 weeks. I have 3 months to do this. Anyways, sorry, I skipped over the part of the story, but I actually got out of my car and I was like, are you stopping to like pull me? Like, why are you pulling me over? Like, what? Why did you stop me? Did I do something? Because he was taking forever. And my girlfriend at the time, she's black, so she's like, what the hell are you doing? Get in the car. He's gonna shoot you. And I she's like, this is white privilege at its finest. I was just being the oblivious guy. I'm like, why? I know I didn't do anything wrong. It's like, why am I pulled up? Anyways, he gives me like a $300 summit or $350 ticket for this window tinting thing. He didn't shoot me, obviously, and he was kind of just like, get back in your car, sir. Get back in your car, sir. And I was arguing with him when he came. I was like, dude, I've been here for 3 weeks. I have 3 months in order to change everything over. So, anyways, I went and like fought the thing in court. I didn't even have to show up because he didn't even show up. I just declined. I was just like, no, I had this much time. I wrote my explanation, sent it to court, and then they were like, fine. And the police officer apparently didn't show up even to represent his side, so they just like threw the ticket out. But I was technically in the right, and he didn't know the friggin' law, the police officer, but was not smart of me to get out of the car and be like, hey, I should have just stayed in the car and then taken the ticket and then just wrote my explanation and sent it in to the court. So I was being an idiot.
I think any event that you like question if you're going to live.
Yeah, it's usually not
I think
fun.
that's.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can't speak for her, but there's no permanent emotional damage for me. So, I mean, and I've learned from that situation. So, yeah. When did you last cry in front of another person, or by yourself? There's 2 questions, I guess.
I'm a very emotional person. I feel like 2 days ago. I've been having like a really emotional week, and I'm not very close with my dad anymore. He's still in Canada, and he'll text me like once a month, like maybe twice a month. And I've been feeling really down about stuff that I've been doing and stuff that I've been working on in projects. And he said something along the lines of, when you were younger, I always saw you as an artist, and I'm proud of where you are, or something like that. And I was like, because it was just perfect. It was like perfect timing. I was feeling shitty, and it was just like exactly what I needed to hear. And it like really hit me.
She seems like she's got a lot going on in her life or something, like a lot of issues going on. Like, I don't know, I'm not getting like a good vibe from her. I just think it's just like kind of going into that zone of like, this is gonna be a lot of work. He seems pretty like cool and like sort of like a stable guy, so he might be able to handle her, but like, oh god, it's gonna be a lot of work.
What about you?
Last time I cried by myself was yesterday, because I saw some video on Reddit about 2 little girls who were like FaceTime besties. I think their parents were besties, and then they only met by FaceTime because they live far away from each other. But it was like the first time they met in person.
Oh.
Yeah, and they like couldn't handle it. Yeah, it was so cute.
Okay, well now that I think about it, there was a really cute Pitbull video I saw yesterday. There was like a Pitbull, had goofy eyes, and this family just like loved it so much.
I hate it when cute stuff makes me cry.
God.
It's like, it's so wholesome, but then like I'm crying over this, and it's like,
It's good, it's happy tears.
yeah.
Alternate sharing.
That's what she said. It's happy tears. It's like you're happy about it. Cry over happy stuff.
Something you consider a positive characteristic of your partner. Share a total of 3 items.
She said so many negative things. I don't know. I'm not sure what he's going to say. I'm struggling right now to think of something. She's pretty. That's all I got right now.
Oh, okay. Alternate between the. Okay. There's like alternate between positive and negative.
Yeah,
Like,
tell me some negative.
Yeah. Ooh.
She got a nice smile, but again, it's all physical. I don't know what to say about her.
Jeez. Okay. Right, because it's me first. You have a great sense of humor.
Thanks.
I like your sense of humor. Yeah.
Sense of humor. Did we get a sense of? Oh, I don't know. Would she laugh sometimes? Okay.
You have an amazing smile. I like how you smile with your whole face. It makes me happy. You smile with like your eyes, your everything. Everything is engaged in your smile.
Thank you.
He's very expressive. Yeah, very, very expressive.
I like it.
I like that you're humble, but you also know what your strengths are.
Which are what? Which are what? I don't think she laid any of them out in this, what I saw. Although you guys have already talked for over an hour.
Thanks. I wanted to say something about your humor too, because I feel like we have a similar sense of humor.
Yeah.
Besides the humor thing, like I just get a feeling that you've, even through like acting classes and stuff like that, you've done a lot of like self-discovery, right. And I feel like you're pretty aware of who you are, which is cool.
Your hair looks like it belongs in a shampoo commercial.
Dude, do you know why he said that? Because there's nothing else, man. She's given nothing. So it just all comes to like looks. At least I couldn't even, okay, I saw 10 minutes of her and I was like, she has given nothing. And then he's been there for an hour and all he's come up with hair, sense of humor. Oh, crap. What was the first one? I don't remember, but it's nothing. Oh, humble. Okay, whatever. I mean, you should be able to like list out qualities that are not just physical. And he didn't even say she was pretty. She said hair. He said hair.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll take it. It's actually pretty dry, but I'll take it. I like that you can be vulnerable. I feel like a lot of people aren't, super open and they kind of, push things aside or they like aren't as communicative about things. But I feel like you seem like you can be vulnerable. I mean, you're here.
She's like way more into him than he's into her. That's how I feel. I know he's gonna say yes to go on the next date because they're all on video and they're both gonna say yes realistically because they're gonna be pressured even if they didn't want to be. But to me, he's less interested. It's clear by the way he's complimenting her, and then she seems like really into him. Just my personal opinion.
Having tea with me in front of cameras, so I appreciate that.
Thank you.
This is the last one.
Would you go on a second date with your partner?
Aw. Yeah.
That took a while, though. That took a while to...
I was gauging your reaction because I was like, listen, you can say no.
Oh.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Is that why the women, because they go first, that's why they take forever? Is because they're gauging the facial expression of the other person, be like, does he seem like he's stressing out, like he wants me to say yes, or does he seem like he doesn't care? Oh my God.
Oh.
I'm totally.
Well,
I won't be offended.
You'd have to answer first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I would.
Yeah, no, definitely would.
You as well.
Did she just give him the wink and the guns? Did she just go like, oh my God. Oh my God! Okay, I have no defense for this woman anymore. She's Canadian. I wanted this to go better. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Canada. I'm sorry for what we've all seen here today.
I might have to lower that. I don't know about that one.
Everything was so great, but then she did finger guns, and I'm out. Want me to top you up?
Yeah.
For final cheers. Okay. Well, cheers.
To not being catfished.
Yes. Did you just take it like a shot?
I don't know why I did. It was like a habit. I was just like pounding. It's not. It's the tea.
Pounding chamomile tea.
That's how badly he wants to get out of there. He's like, I'm drinking this as fast as possible. Why did I say yes? I'm not calling. I am not calling her. Okay. Okay. I know I made fun of her a lot in this video. She seems like she's an all right person. Okay. It's not serious. It's not serious. It's all in jokes. But I would say no. And she might say no to me, and that's fine. I'm just saying, my opinion would be this is too much work. I see here too much work. No, I'm out. All right, let me know in the comments below if you would date either of these two. All right, and what questions you liked. Thank y'all.